Yes, I agree.
Alright. So we started.
Yep.
Putting a turbo on a 2011 FG utility. Got to put the oil drain back pipe on and the water or coolant supply pipe on before you put the turbo on the vehicle, as we all probably know, most of us know. Okay. Never use silicone on gaskets on a turbo, isn't that right, Tom?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, double check everything. Got our oil drain back pipe on there, we've got a new gasket on there. Got our hose on that line on there, hose. Cleaned all that up. We blew that out, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We blew this out.
Yep.
We blew the bolt out.
Yep.
We blew the oil feed bolt out.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
Okay. You know why that's extended like that? Did I tell you?
No, you didn't.
To keep the heat away from the oil pipe.
Oh, okay.
That's why they put that extension on.
Oh, I'll cool it down.
Yep. Oh well, to stop it from frying before it hits the turbo. Now, always look inside the turbo before you fit it. Make sure everything's flat. No rags or anything shoved in there. Nothing in there, no foreign object or anything. All looks pretty good. Okay, now, one little rule of thumb that we learnt years ago, always check the studs on the manifold before you put the turbo on. Like we just did, Tom. Clean the threads up. Check your gaskets, always make sure that it's... Some gaskets can go one way, especially some Mazdas and Toyotas. They look like they go the same way, but they don't. Looks pretty good to me. Nice and clean. Okay, you want to come over here, mate? Yeah, we've checked under there, we'll just check it again. Just to make sure. Make sure that it's clean under there. Surface looks good. We've cleaned up all the threads on the studs. That one there, that thread's a little bit suspect, but that was very hard to come off, that one. It's been off before. We can't get the studs out, so we're going to leave them there. We'll put our gasket on. Put the raised edge towards the manifold, and the turbo will come up underneath. Turbo. Now, what we'll do, slowly feed this on. A little bit tricky to get into the right spot, but once you get it close, it's not too bad. The old BAs and BFs, the same sort of setup. One thing we might do here, Tom, is just push that. I might just get that little hose clamp. Put that on there first. And I'm going to push that little water hose on as I put the turbo on. Might just make my job a bit easier later on. Like that. Just got to make sure that turbo comes up flush with the manifold, so nothing's fouling, stopping it from tightening up nice and even on the manifold. Because the last thing you want is damaging something. One little thing you got to watch, see how I've got that sitting there. Look what I've done here. I've got a bolt there that's loose. If that washer wasn't tight on that bolt, that would bloody washer would fall straight in there. But it's tight on there, that's why I left it there. It's not going to fall off. But if you do one, make sure that that's tight on the bolt before you, because you don't want that going in there once you've bolted it all up. So, just a little help. Like the old saying goes, Murphy's Law, if something's going to go wrong, it will. Be on the safe side. I'm just going to put that in there. The back bolt on. Nut on, I mean. Now, the tricky one is from underneath. Might be able to get it. No, maybe not. Yeah, it's a bit too. Alright. We'll have to go up to do that one, Tom.
Right.
Actually, what I might do, mate, is I might... Nah, we'll get all them on first before we get too carried away. Okay. One little thing I just wanted to check. My little square, that's my drop pipe gasket, the little square gasket that came off the turbo. What did I do with that? Could have sworn hang on. I may have taken it with me to check the size. Yeah, okay.
Was this downstairs gasket or?
Little square gasket to come off the turbo. Okay. I just like to see them all in front of me so I know that I've got an idea it was on the turbo, on the old one, and I left it on there because I grabbed it and put it in the car. That's alright. We don't need it, I just wanted to make sure it was fouling anything. Okay, I might just lift it up.
Okay.